Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. This is Dan, the Ultra Dad, out here for my last long run before the Never Summer 100K. Very excited for this race in 2 weeks up in Colorado. It's going to be absolutely amazing, beautiful. I love the mountains. I love Colorado. So gonna go up there for a long weekend with my brother Will, as usual. Gonna have a great time running this 100K race that many people say feels like a 100-miler just because of the vertical gain and as well as the altitude. So it's gonna be quite a challenge. Today we're just going out for 2 loops here at Twin Creek. So about 12, 13 miles. So just to catch you up on the conversation, you may not even have seen Eric. He's up ahead of me. He's running with me today, which is awesome because it's always better to have a buddy on the trails than run alone, that's for sure. But anyway, I was talking about a couple things I learned from the Mohican 100, and I'd say 2 highlights come to mind. Number 1, not stopping for very long at aid stations, especially late in the race or midway through the race. 2 years ago, I DNF'd at Mohican for doing that because I spent like an hour sitting there feeling sorry for myself and feeling in a lot of pain, and my stomach was bothering me, and you know, sure enough, within a mile or 2, I had DNF'd that race. Well, this year instead, I didn't do that. Instead, I forced myself to only stay for, I did stay for a half hour a couple times during the entire race, but otherwise, I only took like 5-10 minute breaks at aid stations. So that was highlight number 1. Number 2 that we talked about is a big one for me, and that is how to overcome nausea. And this year, last year when I DNF'd, part of the reason I DNF'd was the fact that I started to lose my stomach. I started to puke a lot because I had nausea. And part of the reason, I think, is I had forced myself to eat too much all at once because I felt like I was falling behind on nutrition, on calories, and I had to try to catch up. And that was problematic because it really upset my stomach when I threw all of that in at the same time. So at an aid station. So instead, this year, I nibbled on things. I just had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just to try to continue to supplement the calories. And that was huge. It was awesome. It helped me to overcome that nausea, which did eventually go away, and to continue to get some calories, because you can't stop eating. You can't stop taking calories in, but at the same time, what I've learned is you can't try to catch up and just dump things in your stomach. We got a little instruction here. There's Eric. So another thing I did was tailwind. I love it, but at some point the sweetness in it really bothers me, bothers my stomach. So instead of trying to ignore that and just continue to force it down, I started to drink just water. And then I took salt pills to try to supplement my electrolytes like that. And I continued to nibble and eat a few things here and there. So those are 2 big lessons that I learned at the Mohican 100 that I plan on applying to this next race, the Never Summer 100K. So. I appreciate that. Getting lots of good spider webs. I was designated as the sacrificial lamb when it comes to the spider webs today. No, we basically had no mud. Yeah. We had what, 1.7 inches of rain yesterday? That's how good a shape these trails are in right now. hey, I hope you enjoyed my run yesterday with Eric. That was a great time. Really felt good. But what I wanted to do, this is Monday now, was give you a quick idea or just a quick update on my training and let you know how we're looking for the Never Summer 100K. So the Never Summer 100K is 2 weeks from now, under 2 weeks now. Very, very excited. It's up in Gould, Colorado, and it's once again a 100K race. So it's not, it's a long race, but it's not 100 miles, which I think will be nice, although it is still way up in the mountains. So I'm not sure if it'll feel like 62 miles. It might still feel like 100 miles. We'll see. Anyway, but just to kind of let you know how I'm feeling right now. In general, I'm doing great. No major injuries. A few niggles. My feet really hurt right now for some reason on the bottom of the ball of my feet, the front of my foot. Not quite sure exactly why that pain is there. So I'm gonna really take it easy the next 2 weeks. You know, my fitness level probably is not gonna change at this point no matter what I do. I'm not gonna make any major advances in that area. So there's no sense in pushing myself and risking further injury. I think it really makes sense to let the body recuperate right now and really heal up. So for example, right now I'm going on a walk, nice and easy. I will still run the next 2 weeks, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely gonna still run. But like today, I'm gonna take it easy. Tomorrow, probably not, no running. And then I'll probably do some short runs. Hopefully get to go back onto the dirt, onto the trails. That was really nice yesterday to not be on pavement, because to be honest, since the Mohican 100, a lot of my runs have been on the pavement. And I think that is part of the reason why my feet have been so sore. So I think right now the name of the game is tapering, recuperating, healing, and making sure that on race day my body is 100%. Because if there's one thing I've learned over the years, the last thing you want to do is go into a long race injured or not feeling 100%. If it seems strange that I keep cutting into this video, it's because every time I start talking, another large truck drives by. Another thing I'm doing right now is I'm trying to plan and make sure I have everything I need for the big race. It's up in the mountains, so it's very exposed. Average elevation, I think, for this race is about 9,500 feet. So no joke, very high for 62 miles. That's the average elevation. So just trying to make sure I have all of my, you know, safety gear and make sure I have what I need to get plenty of nutrition, have plenty of calories, and also just be prepared for that environment. Some of you have asked about my my acclimation to the altitude. Basically, there'll be none. I get there 2 days before the race, so we'll see how that works. You know, last year it wasn't too bad for the Wasatch 100. You know, it wasn't easy, but I did okay. And I made it 40 miles with COVID. That is my update for the Never Summer 100K. Very pumped about this race. It's just gonna be so nice to get back out into the mountains, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I appreciate you following my journey. I'll keep you updated. I will give you some more updates as we go through the next 2 weeks and let you know how things are going. If you are gonna be at this race, make sure you comment below and definitely give me a shout out when we're there. You'll have to say hi. It's one thing I love about going to races, is getting to know people that watch my videos. So it'd be cool to see you. Anyway, that's all I got for this evening. Hope everyone is well, and we'll catch you in the next one.